Okay, let's review the JavaScript challenge. So I think the first couple of questions were based on regular expression questions. Doesn't mean you needed to solve them with regular expressions, but the title of the question and the title of the function, the name of the function, are very much pointing you towards using a certain regular expression function. So there is a function in JavaScript to search using regular expressions, and that function would be called search. So that's the one I'm going to use. We have how many inputs? Two. Yep. The first one is a sentence, if you like, and the second one is the token that we're looking for. I'm going to call it a token if that's okay with everyone. Could have just a word, I guess, or phrase. Let's go phrase, right? It's probably more generic. So let's have our two inputs, sentence and phrase. And then I want to create a new regular expression in JavaScript. There's a regular expression constructor in JavaScript. How would I use it? Does anyone know how I use it? Yeah, so I'm just going to say let re for regular expression equals new, so the new keyword to call the regular expression constructor, and it's regexp, like that, or yeah, regexp, camel case. If I want to create a regular expression from a variable, this is the way to do it. We have regular expression literals, which would just go between forward slashes. So that would be the new word, case insensitive, for a regular expression literal. Or I use the regular expression constructor, and I can pass in a variable to that. So for example, I want my regular expression to be made up of the pattern that I'm looking for, and the pattern in this case is just the phrase. And if I wanted to add any optional flags to my regular expression, so those things such as the G's, the I's, yeah, G for global, so searching many times, I for case insensitive, they need to be passed in as a string as the second argument. So here I will create a case insensitive search for my token. Why did I do case insensitive? Well, because we've got NEW all capitalized there, and it seems to be matching the lowercase new. Yeah, and that pattern seems to hold. GitHub with different casing, and coding's not even in there, so it doesn't really matter. But okay. And I have the keyboard freezing, so I'm going to inspect the console now and see whether we can see what's going on. So I've just got some cookie warnings there, but I don't think that's affecting it too much. Cross-site resource. And then if we have a look at the network, see what's going on. There's lots of stuff going on, but did it just kick me out as well? Okay. So there's no red there. I thought there was a training resource, but I can't seem to find that. Anyway, that's more just to play back later to see if we can debug what's going on. But there were no errors in the console, were there? No actual errors. Interesting. So I don't know why it kicked me out. Let's try refreshing and see whether I can get back to the question. No, for some reason. Let's play the challenge again then. This could be a frustrating review. I'm just going to replicate what we had before. Sentence and our phrase. We created a new regular expression. And we passed in our phrase case insensitively. Right, then we want to essentially return the result of making a search, so making a regular expression search on the sentence. So I call sentence.search. So search is a string method that takes a regular expression as the input. So I can search for my regular expression in there, and I think that's it essentially.
Can you make the screen bigger?
Yeah, I'll make the screen a bit bigger, sorry.
I used that fault as well. I didn't use regex, I just put the phrase in directly.
Put the phrase in directly.
So so you've got the phrase as a regex expression, and I'm pretty sure that I used to make them all uppercase, and they used to use the token as a capital version. Unless I...
So you're saying you put the variable in there directly?
Yeah, so I converted everything up to uppercase.
Convert everything to uppercase. What? Phrase dot to uppercase?
Yes, phrase that says to uppercase, and just put phrase in. No, at the
No?
same, so outside of that, so the first two lines, let's set it to uppercase, and then phrase to uppercase, and then the return was...
Oh, you made everything uppercase?
Yes, and then...
Oh, right.
search that.
Okay, well that makes sense, but I mean it's a bit of a strange way to do it, right? You're modifying the sentence, so you did something like let up sentence equals, oh, I've lost my ability to type as well. Yeah, really have sentence dot to uppercase, and you did the same for the phrase, so you're just making sure that everything's either uppercase or lowercase. You could have done, right? So we've got the up phrase and the up sentence, and then of course, yes, you could just do that instead. So I guess it doesn't have to take a regular expression as an input. It can take a string or a regular expression as an input. But what have I done now? Oh, up phrase and up sentence. Yeah. Okay, so that was an alternative. Convert everything to uppercase, all your inputs to uppercase, or likewise lowercase would have worked as well, right? As long as they're both the same. I know it's not up, but we'll just prove that it still works. Yeah. Or actually use a regular expression, because then we can make case insensitive searches as well. Where are you? There we go. So I think that's probably preferable, that way to do it, yeah. Hold on. What's wrong? Oh yeah, and then RE, yeah, thank you. I thought you were saying freeze, like it was frozen again. I was like, it's not frozen, it's fine. Good, yeah. So that's how I would solve it.
I also did the same as Max, but I used the index of method.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the same.
But I'm kind of a little confused with the differences between search and index of R. But I'm just reading about
Search, I guess, is designed for regular expression searches,
Okay.
whereas index of
It's more specific.
is just for strings, really.
If they don't find some element, then they're going to return -1.
Yeah, and they
Both.
I think return -1. Yeah, both index of and search if they don't find a match, as far as I'm aware. Cool. Any questions? No. Moving on. Get val count. There's usually quite a few ways of doing this one as well. I prefer to, yeah, probably create a regular expression here again. And have a capture group of A, E, I, O, U. And case insensitive as well, in case we've got capital I's, or I don't think we have anywhere, so we probably could get away without the I.
G.
And we definitely need a G this time though, yes. Because we want to match more than one vowel. And then I would just return vowels dot match and pass in our regular
Need to
sentence, right? Yeah. Sentence dot match and match the vowels. And then we want the length of that as well, because match will return an array of all the matches. I think that will work. No, what have I done to
some
that?
condition.
Made a
Because
condition.
if
Kick
it's
start.
null,
Ah,
because it returns null.
Yep.
The match, if it doesn't find anything.
so yes, let's say let results equals sentence dot match vowel, and then we can just say if results is truthy, then return results dot length, length. Otherwise, return 0. Yeah, I think. Look at all those missed semicolons. You don't get the what, sorry? IG, yeah. So all regular expressions come with optional flags, which make your sense a little bit more specific or powerful. So the case of I stands for insensitive. So this will match not just lowercase a, e, I, o, u, but also uppercase a, e, I, o, u. That's what the I does. If I didn't have the G there, we're always going to return, well, we're going to return 1, 1, or 0. Yeah, you return 1, you return 1, you return 0. Because after it matches the first vowel, it stops looking without that G flag. G stands for global, I believe, but global in this case just means search the whole string. Yeah, search the whole world for all of these vowels. Yeah, search globally. Don't just search once and then give up. Sort of like find versus filter. Yeah, without the G it's like a find. With the G it's more like a filter. All right. Could I shorten line 4 in any way?
Yeah, you can put the vowels variable. Oh, sorry, you said line 4.
I did. I just meant something like that, really. Return results dot length or 0. Would that also work? No. What does match return then?
It's not. What?
It just returns undefined, is it?
Right.
If it doesn't find anything.
Then null.
Not an empty array.
Then
Yeah. Oh, it returns null, does it?
it returns null.
You're like a walking MDM document, aren't you? It's awesome.
So it's like you have to just write this
Yeah, so that,
equals
so I can't
equals
do it
null.
that way. Yeah, yeah.
In memory.
So let's leave it that way then. Yeah. So if match doesn't find any matches, then according to Mumtahim MDM, then it means that match will return null. Yeah, that's
I'll
what
get
the,
back on that one.
that's what the M stands for. It's not Mozilla anymore. It's Mumtahim's Developer Network. Anyway, I'm being silly, but does that question make sense now? Yeah? Good. Sort actors. So, we've got a little link to sorting arrays. So we probably realised that we need to sort somewhere in there. And then we're not interested in the whole object, we're interested solely in the name string. So sort it first and then return the name string. Alright, what inputs have I got? Or input singular? Many? Singular, one array, so one single input containing 3 objects in each case. So therefore I can put, I think I've lost it again. Yep, let's try once more. So refresh. That didn't work. Refresh and it quits me as well, which is frustrating. So at least you didn't get that in your challenge, you would have just automatically submitted it as soon as you hit the refresh. Right, I'll go back into it. I mean, it does seem to happen more if I leave it idle for a while. I don't know whether that is a pattern. Yeah, like if you've been like churning over a problem, then you try and do it. Sorry, you've taken too long, isn't it almost? Right, so I'm going to put actors, and firstly I'm going to sort the actors. And how can I sort them in this case? By the born property, yeah. So I can do a custom sort function, arrow function, and I want to sort descending, so that just means the B goes first, b.born minus a.born. And that should sort them correctly. And then after that, was that too quick? No? And then after that, we're just interested in the name. So for each actor, we don't want the whole actor's object, we just want actor.name. Is that it? I think so. Yeah, and what have I missed? A space is required after a comma. 223. Yeah, I've closed up my A and my B. Beautiful. So that was it. Yeah, make sure you can write custom sorting functions based on objects as well. So you don't have to just sort based on the element of the array. You can sort based on properties that belong to each element in the array. Yeah, and we could drill down as much as we needed. If we had a nested object, we just need to do b.born. It's gone again, but yeah, b.born something. And then mapping just to get part of an object. Yeah, it's a common use of map. If we're not interested in the whole of our data, we can just map to get part of it. In this case, the name. Hopefully the submit will work and it will at least take me on to the next one. Cool. Now, this one. We're switching it up, and we're switching up the difficulty, I think, a little bit, or just the number of things that we've got to think about. So I would literally just start at the top. If the length of the string is less than 2, return incompatible. And we've also got if the argument is not a string, return incompatible. So we've got 2 things there that we could check for. How do I check if something is not a string? Or how do I check if something is a string? Let's stay positive. I've lost my keyboard, so once more. 3 times. That's the charm. I'm not very charmed at the moment. It's even worse the way I have to keep going back into it. Search, skip, yeah. Flip end characters. So how do I check if something is a string?
You, sir, just turned off.
Oh no!
It's alright. It's still broadcasting, but someone might have been watching that.
I'm sorry.
Type of, yeah. So I can use the type of operator. Let's just call it input for now. I'm just going to be very generic because we might not know whether it's a string or not. So I've got input, and I could ask whether my type of input is equal to a string. If it is, I want to return incompatible, yeah? Oh, sorry, if it isn't, I want to return incompatible. How do I change that into isn't a string? What, like that?
No.
No, I've got too many equals now, so just one exclamation mark and two equals is equivalent to the triple equals, yeah? So if the type of input is not equal to a string, or the length of string is less than 2, so I could just say what? Input.length, yeah, I like that. Is less than 2. I'm going to stick a return on there. So we got, if the type of input is not a string or the input length is less than 2, then we want to return incompatible. Otherwise, well, I haven't got that far yet. Otherwise, if the first and last characters are the same, return 2's a pair. Okay, so we need another condition on there. And then if that's true, we're going to return 2's a pair. I need to escape that one. Wrong way. And then we finally want to do what we actually were told to do, right? Is switch the first and the last. Huh?
He's put full stops.
He has put full
Which is
stop
what screwed me over.
for a long time, yeah? So don't get screwed over, and make sure you put your full stops in your strings. Let's go back and do this condition. If the first and the last characters are the same, so that is in each word, is it, as well? Or just the whole thing? C and dot. It's just the whole thing, isn't it? It's not each word. We're not checking D and G and C and T and A, are we? We're just doing A and A and A, and Z and K. Yeah, okay.
I think this is a case insensitive as well.
Case insensitive?
Yeah, so
I don't think so, because you've got A and A that are uppercase and lowercase, and that produces a very different result to two lowercase a's, so it's definitely case sensitive. Yeah? Right. So anyway, how do I check whether the first and the last characters are the same in a string? How do I access the first character in a string? Say what? Char at. Is it frozen again? Yep. Four times for me. How many times does everyone else get? Just
Three.
3? Yeah.
But don't you have to refresh the page?
No, I've refreshed and it keeps kicking me out as well. Yeah, I'm special. It only happens to me. Skip. Right. First character of a string. Well, yeah, we could do chart at. I'd just do that personally. Yeah, that's going to get me the first letter or the first character. And if that is equal to, how do I get the last character in a string? Input dot length minus 1. Yep. So if they're the same, say 2's a pair. Otherwise, we want to, I've forgotten what we want to do. Otherwise we just flip in the cases. Oh, switch in the letters, yeah? Do we need to store it in a temporary one, or can we just switch it directly? What did you do here? Did you create a last and a first variable, or not involved? A temporary variable, yeah? Okay.
Yeah, so.
Did you do it separately, or shall I do it at the top? Otherwise it could get a bit messy with my ternary, I think. So, temporary variable, to store what? Let's say store the last character, or just
Let first character equals blah, let last character equals blah blah.
so 2 temporary variables then. We technically only needed 1, but I think this is probably clearer. Yeah.
I think I actually made 3.
Oh, did you?
Because I did one also for the word without a start and end. And then I just returned it as last character plus middle bit plus first character.
Okay.
I mean, that's.
Yeah. Cool.
I'm sure there's like a better way of doing that.
Temp first and temp last. So let's just do the same thing, right?
What did Max
The first is that. Yeah, I'll have a look at other people's solutions, I think, to this question in a second. Input dot length minus 1, same thing, right, as we've just done. Okay, and then I don't see why we just can't swap them. Do I have to literally do the substring method, or can I literally just swap them? Let's try. So can I do temp last, or hold on, do I do input 0 equals temp last? Because it's one instruction, right?
Just do middle bit.
Huh?
Just do a middle, which is like.
Yeah, I suppose it's probably the easiest way, otherwise I'm going to have to write a function, I think. So temp last plus temp first plus the middle bit. The middle bit is going to be what? What did you use? Substring? I always get substring and substra mixed up.
You replace temp first with temp last.
If you replace temp first with temp last, then what do you replace?
You have to replace temp first with last and then last with first.
Do you mean just the variable?
Could you do something like that? Yes, you can. Good. Horrible elegance, but it works. Let me fix the elegance and then I'll explain for those that need. Look at all these semicolons. Jonathan, where were you? And then it's the indentation, is it? So return type of blah 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 blah. Incompatible. Question mark. Blah 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 blah. Yes, maybe. See if that's any better. It's a bit better.
Substring.
Yeah. So 735, 947,
Oh, I see.
735. Okay, so 735 is there. Same thing there. Is that it? Okay, cool. Yeah, so that's one way. I just stored the last and the first characters in temporary variables, put the last first, then did the rest of the input from index 1, which is obviously the second character, right, because index start at 0, up to but not including the last character, which is input.length minus 1, and then added the last character on the end. That seems a bit faffy, and I'm sure I could probably come up with a better method given a bit more time, but that was, I guess, was the first thing that came into my head. I'm going to now try and look at a different solution.
You could do it input 0 equal temp first.
I could do what, sorry? Input 0.
Input 0
Yeah.
equal temp first.
Your answer. Simon, is that your answer?
Yes.
Yeah, well, let's just look at your answer, Simon, because I can't quite follow what you're saying there. Yeah, I mean, I didn't really need these temporary variables, did I? Really, I could have definitely just put input length -1 there and input 0. Right, upper intermediate. Boom. This means I can have a quick glance at Max's solution for the 5th question as well, slyly, without anyone noticing, although I've just announced it to the whole of YouTube.
What was Max's solution? 'Cause mine is like kind of what you did.
So Zara's, I think, was fairly similar, but using if, else if, which is probably clearer, right, than using the ternaries. So that's fairly easy to follow, I think.
Although I shouldn't have known that num.
Yeah, num equals string.length -1. Yeah, last.
Yeah.
I can skip this one.
I thought it's a little bit armless. But
Armless, rather than legless.
I should have named it middle. Middle bit. Made more sense.
It's definitely a Zara solution, though, having armless in there. It's unique, I know it's yours.
Not very good.
Yeah, last character plus armless plus first character. Nice. For this one, so you said if type of the input characters, yeah, equals number. Why number? Because that could be the only other thing. There's more than numbers and strings in JavaScript. Oh yeah, and you misspelt length.
I was thinking why it's not returning anything.
And you missed the full stop. Because apparently we needed a full
Yeah, but it's still, it said it didn't.
It just wasn't returning anything, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a couple of obvious things, and then now you know how to solve the rest of it. Yeah. Jonathan. So if string.length less than 2 or type of string does not equal string, cool. So that's what we had. So that should be the same. Else if string.character at string.length -1. So in other words, the character at the end is equal to the character at the start. Return 2 as a pair. It's probably okay up until that point, no? Yeah. Else let character string dot replace. I think that's probably the issue.
Yeah, it gives you another string.
But you've only replaced one thing so far.
That's why I hate it.
You run out of time, or
Huh?
did you say you ran out of time? Or?
No, the thing is,
No?
replace method.
Yes, you're.
Insert another string. So if I created a new string with the first character of that string with replace, I end with another string.
Yeah.
And then if in that string I do the replace, and in the last character I end with another string and so on. So
But if you've replaced the last character with the first character, how are you going to replace the first character with the last character? Yeah, you've already deleted one of them, so you no longer have it stored anywhere. So at the very minimum, you would need to create a third variable, yeah, to hold it in temporary storage so that you can swap it and then stick the other one in the temporary storage. And that might be what Max did. Where is your solution, Max?
I skipped that.
Oh, you skipped it.
Yeah,
Oh, you were just you're talking it up how to do it, but
Yeah, 'cause I've done it at home.
yeah.
I'm looking for a raise.
Okay. Did anyone else get this number 4?
Candid.
Cam did. Okay. What was your thing anyway? You were saying, Simon?
This, at the end,
At the end.
when you got sentence R0 is
Yeah.
equal last.
Mhm.
So if the sentence R sentence name -1 equal first.
Did you turn it into an array, Simon? How come you used the join method at the end? So that's an array method.
Yeah, you got sentence array equals sentence dot split right at the top. Yeah,
okay.
so you split it into characters.
But we can do it this for string as well.
Yeah, of course, as long as you join it at the end, which is what you did, right? But you joined it probably with, oh no, with empty strings, that's okay.
Just we could do it this sentence are square brackets 0 last, e equal last, and sentence are with the length -1 e equal first, if this sense for anybody.
Yeah, so you just haven't switched anything yet, have you? Or have you? Where did you switch things? Just looks like you split it and you joined it again to me.
Yes.
Yeah. So if you've actually made the switch, then you'd be okay. Oh no, you did make the switch. Sorry, this is making the switch, isn't it? So why did it not work?
Because I got trouble with the conditions.
Ah, is it the conditions? Was it
Yes,
sentence length less than
the-
2?
The conditions.
Oh yeah, so you're checking whether it's an
I
array.
messed with the conditions and I stuck on this,
Sure.
unfortunately.
Okay, cool. But I think you can see where you went wrong and you'd be able to do it next time. Nice. And if we look at Cam's solution as well. So Cam also went down the array route, it looks like.
It's what we call spaghetti code.
It's not that spaghetti code, is it really, Cam? It's laid out very similar, the two conditions to what myself and Tara did to begin with. And then Zara, sorry. I called you Tara.
I didn't even hear it.
Okay, no worries then. Good. And you've spliced the array. You've removed 1. Yeah, I'm struggling to do that in my head. Do you want to just say a few words, Cam? Explain the last bit for me?
Yeah, that's why I said it was spaghetti.
Yeah, okay, I didn't read that far.
Yeah, because I didn't really know about the substring method.
Uh-huh.
So basically what I'm doing is in that final conditional, I'm splitting the original string into an array of the letters. The first splice is I'm cutting out the first index of the first letter and then replacing it with the final letter, and then I'm doing the same on the next line, but with replacing the last letter with the first letter. But obviously, it's so it's obviously the other way around. Then I join that back together again and I return it. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I guess it does. Yeah, I'd want to, I guess, play around with it myself a little bit, but yeah, nice. It's a working solution, so well done. And then lastly, we had 2 people go for this one, right? Whose is the most concise? Probably Max's. I'll copy that for now. Let's see if I've got my keyboard back. I have. Beautiful. Capme. So we got some names, an array of names. Or yeah, let's just call them names. So. Seems I've made my way into another question. Along with Bermondsey Station. Everyone's favourite station. Right. Expected to capitalise them individually. So did most people go down the route of splitting each string into words? Is that how you started? Did you even start that, Max? Yeah.
Split everything up.
So you did.
Yeah, because I basically used map and they were doing that, I guess, so I split everything. So I split.
Did you map things into their split?
So I mapped the words and then I split the words.
Okay. Oh, that's not yours. Damn. Yeah, map and then split. Yeah. I can't seem to copy anything either now. Good fun day. Alright. So, we took the names, we mapped them, and we took each, I'm just going to call it string for now, and you split the string. Is that right? Not into words? Or not? No?
So I split them in, that's what I did.
Yeah.
And then I capitalized, but I then mapped those words and I capitalized them.
So each string was split, and then once, did you call map directly there, or? Probably, right? Then you're mapping each word into
So I capitalized everything.
so you did, oh, you capitalized everything. Why not just word 0 dot to uppercase plus word dot substring 1, something like that? Is that it? You've still got arrays, then we need to join it. Hold
I
on.
don't know, this actually caused some issues for me, this part, because I actually ended up just returning the first letter. But maybe it will work when you do it, because I can make a whole bunch of changes at the end.
Yeah, it's just a lot of steps to this one for me, isn't there? So
Yeah,
we're
loads of steps.
we're mapping over things, and therefore here we've extracted, got an array of strings, and inside of that array of strings we're mapping over the words. So capitalize.
Function. If I tried it as a function, it didn't work, so I ended up copying the whole function into the mapping function. So I was trying to create a function just to capitalize the first word, or the first character of the word, but it wasn't working, so I tried to create the whole function within the map function, if that makes sense.
Don't you have to put the second map within the first map? Otherwise you're going to just create an array of
Oh,
unrelated strings.
the second map is within the first map.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, I see. Yeah,
I just hadn't
looked
indented it,
confusing.
sorry. And that's closed there. But we've still got an array of words, haven't we, inside of the first map at this case. Let's have a look. Yeah, so, oh, native code, that's, oh, no, something's wrong with that. I didn't invoke my 2 uppercase, that's why. Yeah, so now it's done what we wanted, hasn't it? It's capitalized everything, but it's just an array. Whereas we want it to be strings. So therefore, we map. So after the map, we need to join. And just do that. And semicolon, and that's it, I think. No. Oh, how did we want it?
Need to add
Because there is no comma.
Spaces.
So when
And-
you split this,
It's going to be
Just a
comma
space.
separate. Yeah, so
Yeah.
Comma
there is
space.
just a space.
Just space.
That's why you can, when you join,
No.
You gotta make.
Oh, so Keyvon needs to be not capitalized as well. I didn't realise that. Ugh.
Yes.
Come on. But where did they? They didn't even say anything about that, did they?
No, it didn't say. You just had to test it a bunch of times and realise that.
That actually there was some weird capitalized name
You
that.
have to add it to lowercase
Ah.
before the second mapping. As part of the first map, you have to make everything to lowercase.
As part of the first map, make everything to
like before
lowercase.
you
Yeah,
square,
that's
just add
nice.
it to lowercase function.
So string dot to uppercase to lowercase even.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Get rid of the comments. I think that might be why it was taking quite so long to evaluate, or just making me sweat. Yeah, so I think just the map within the map makes your mind boggle a little bit, and you've got to store it all in your head as opposed to. Yeah, we could have done separate functions, I guess, right? We could have in there had an uppercase function. Is it going to make it much easier? I don't know. How else did anyone do it?
I think that this is going to be my solution.
You say you tried and yeah, you tried to do it. So let's have a quick look at what other people attempted. So Cam, this was Cam's favourite when you're feeling ill. Lovely question to make you feel better, even better than chicken soup, they say.
I was actually basically crying. It's not fucking true.
Please don't cry, Cam. It's only a question.
You
So,
sliced it.
Jonathan started off. And then put a sad face in there. Is that right? It's just, oh, I've had enough. I'm going to put a sad face. I like that. Lisa sort of started off the same thing, splitting it into words. Then we knew we had another map in there somewhere, but not quite being able to work out where. Nick loves his commas when he joins and splits edit everything, obviously.
Cams is so complicated.
And Cam tried every known JavaScript method under the sun, but it still didn't quite work, unfortunately. So we've got two new arrays, caps and a result. I guess this is what I meant by creating separate functions, but Cam's gone for separate arrays to encapsulate it a little bit, try and encapsulate it a bit. For let name of strings, let subnames equals name dot split, caps dot push subnames. Again, Cam, I'd need to probably look at it a little bit to work out what you're trying, or if you want to fill us in to talk us through what you're trying.
I think realistically what was going on was I'd forgotten the map method existed in my emotional state, and attempted to do a lot of work manually that didn't need to be done.
Yeah.
And then basically confused myself and made everything harder than it needed to be. So that's the result of that. It's like the scrawlings of a madman, unfortunately.
Okay.
So I can't really explain it, basically.
Fair enough. But again, yeah, I guess you're using splice as well, where you could have just indexed it to uppercase. So yeah, maybe just overcomplicate it a little bit and created two brand new arrays rather than letting the map method do it for you. So yeah, another time maybe I'd go through that, but I'm just aware I've got the other team to get through this afternoon, so I want to spend a bit of time with them on their team app, if that's okay. Any final questions to wrap it up?
Could you actually, we could, if you prefer, we can do it individually if you haven't got time. The one expert question I did, I just want to check I did it in the way that I was supposed to.
Okay, I'll just quickly look at the expert question, because let's celebrate you doing your... Is it your first expert question in a challenge?
I did one on the International Coding Challenge.
Okay.
Yeah, not many basically. I can only do the string ones.
Yeah. So let's just give you a taster of what's to come on the expert challenges, if I can.
think the platform's just broke.
Platform's just had enough, really, hasn't it? It's like you put me in 4 countries at once the other week, and I'm having a break. I'm going on holiday. Yeah, so Cam, we might have to leave it there, I think. Yeah, I can look at that.
Sure,
Look at
that's
that later
fine,
with you if
that's
you
fine.
want.
I'll get a copy of the question. I'll ask you about it tomorrow or something.
All right, yeah, just concentrate on getting yourself better, yeah.
Yeah, we'll do. Thanks.
All right, mate. All right, I'll leave it there.